Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the ultimate siege, all 4 different squads, the top teams that you can run. We're going to lead it off with a new team which has come out for the more pay to win players for the Immortal squad. As you guys can see, this team has hit 52.5 trillion damage and not terrible on the RNG side. And there's a team shared by Frosty. You guys can see the positioning right before you. And as for the charm lineup, it is going to be the standard charms. We have Blast onto Pandora, Mystic onto Damon, Blast onto Gunner, Healer onto Talion. I'm running Arcane onto Dunlinger. Frosty ran Balanced Charms. You can try both and see which one is better for you. They're probably around about the same. And if you have Dunlinger built to Supreme Plus but low copy Gunner, there's an alternative version I'm going to show on the screen right now. But again, this is only if you have Dunlinger built. And that's the alternate version if you have low copies of Gunner. Okay, team number 2 is going to be this lineup, Ludovic, Shmira, and Isabella. You're going to have, now this is important, the Wizard Charms onto Isabella. They need to give ultimate power. Make sure these are the charms you have. Shmira with the Butcher Charms and Insight Charms onto Ludovic. And this will be with the Arcane Wild Spell. So this is the only new major team that has come out. Now we're going to go through the infographics made by Yapala and go through all of the teams. Okay, so starting off with the Mortal Squad, you guys saw the new team that we were just running from Frosty. But now we're going to go through the other team options. This is going to be the optimal charm lineup. So just take a second. You can pause it here if you want to take a look at the charms to be running for the specific heroes. Now we're going to move on. Okay, so this Dunlinger Scarlita team, it isn't going to be as good as Frosty's team, of course. But it does work at 1 copy of Scarlita. Dunlinger ideally needs to be built for this comp. So that's just one option. Then you have the Dunlinger Talion version. Now these ones, they can work even at lower copies of Dunlinger and also lower copies of Gunner. These are the 2 different positions. They're basically teams we've already shared. Make sure Dunlinger's on Cure Lock, of course. Do not have him on Spellbind. And these are going to be the team lineups. As for the Dunlinger charms, you can try Arcane, you can try Resolute. For 1 copy, sometimes Resolute seems better, so those are just some options for you. Okay, now for the alternative versions, for example, if you don't have Dunlinger, then you have this great run. This one will work at 1 copy of all 3 of these heroes, Gunner, Talion, and Scarlita. And this is a really good team option. And the second team option is... honestly, you can try both of these 2 versions. They can both work at low copies of these heroes, and see which one is better for you. Yeah, so that is up to your own testing. And now for the no Gunner version, this is the completely Graveborn team, and that is going to be this team lineup. The charms, Mystic Charms onto Isabella, as you can probably see up here, or yeah, were better for me, but you can also try Cute, and then the other heroes, the standard charms as shown above. Okay, now for the team number 2. Team 2, you have these different team options. First of all, the best one is going to be the Shadewing team. If you're not running Frosty's new and improved version, then you're going to want to run this Shadewing team. Now, this one, personally, version 1 did better for me. But you can try both of them. And then for over here, this is if you don't have Shadewing, you have an Isabella version, as you guys see, or you have a Velka version. And Resonating Spell is preferred here. Thorian can be swapped for Niru, and Velka charms should be Gale charms in this team comp, as you guys would have seen above. So that's going to be Mortal Squad. Let's move over to Dauntless Squad. So Dauntless Squad, go ahead and take a second to familiarize yourself with the optimal charms for the various heroes, and we're going to move on. Okay, so here we have the first comp. Now, the best team is going to be Baleran Contest. If you have Baleran built, Contest can work at low copies. This is going to be the best Contest Baleran team combo. If you don't have Baleran, you can go for Solo Contest. Even at 1 copy Contest, you can run it, and that's going to be with the Shakira one you can try. And now here you'll want to have Blast Charms on Shakira if you're running this team specifically. And then over here we have a Contest team without Shakira. This is one I've showed in my previous videos. 1 copy Contest again is going to work if you want to run that. Then we have Baleran solo team without Contest, but again, 1 copy Contest, you should run one of those teams. But if you want to go for solo Baleran, then this is the team for you. Cordon team, if you don't have Baleran and you don't have any copies of Contest, not even a single copy of Contest, then you will run this team. This is a Shakira team. Shakira will want Mystic Charms in this team, as you guys would have seen above. like normal. And then you have a Nazir team combo, which I don't know who will really be running this. I guess if you don't have Shakira or something. And that is what we have. So we have a bunch of different team 2 options. Now personally for me, I'm running the Shakira team with Nazir on team 2, and it is the best for me. However, it's very close to all of these other teams. So basically, you can experiment them. You can try and see which one is doing the best for you, depending on which heroes you have. The Shakira one with Nazarick is great. Otherwise, Nazarick OD is also good. Nazarick and Kruger, they can work at low copies in this comp. Or you can even go for a Coco Nazarick, as you guys see here. If you're going to go for a Corden Nazarick team combo, there are 3 different versions. Version 1 is better for lower investment. Like if you have low copies, like 1 copy Corden, 1 copy Nazarick, things like that. This is going to be an option for you. And version 3 might be better than version 2, and especially if you have higher investment, these are the ones that you can try. But yeah, you can experiment. There's not going to be much of a difference depending on which one you pick on team 2. It's really team 1 which is making more of the difference. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the Sylvan squad and familiarize yourself with the recommended charms. Now, here is a thing which is a little bit debatable. Now, for me, Valara with sorcery charms is doing better. So, even though they have Mystic as a first charm option, you can try both. There's not a big difference between them, but sorcery charms for me, maybe for a highly built account or fully built heroes, maybe sorcery on Valara is better, is worth trying. You're going to have Eagle on Trins, that's really important. Make sure you swap to that. Now, Pheromore, it will depend on the team, but Arcane is doing well in one of the top teams, and then Mihira can work at 1 copy in all comps, and that's why all the teams are going to be using Mihira, because you should have 1 copy of Mihira for AFK stages, and she's essential. Even at 1 copy, she's working, but the score gap, of course, is going to be big between 1 copy and built. So here you have the best team. This is the number 1 team you want to run, assuming you have Solis built, and 1 copy of Mihira is good enough. This is a very good team, and I'm running Sorcery Charms on Valara, but you can also try Mystic Charms and see which one is better for you. And then the other team option is a Rainier team, which I don't think anyone should ever run, honestly, because this is just worse than the Solis version. And it still has Solis, so it's just worse than the Aurora version. I don't know when someone would want to run this. Maybe if the Aurora is not at all built or invested, and you have Rainier Mythic Plus, maybe. But, yeah, this Aurora team is better. And then this is if you have no Solis, it's a Daemon team. This was, this is what the players who have no Solis are running, and 1 copy of Mihira again can work. Charms are going to be standard. Now, Daemon, it isn't listed here, but just Gale charms onto Daemon for a little bit more damage. It doesn't really matter what charms you have on Daemon. Okay, now for the team number 2, they're just 2 simple ones. However, if you're running a previous version, like in my previous Sylvan squad videos, I've shown you for 1 copy Granny, some alternative team. So you can keep running that, or you can run this one. This version 1 will work with Granny at 1 copy. Low copy is Granny. And low copy Granny is still the best option, by the way. So this is a team you can try for low copy Granny. You can run a previous team that I've shown in my previous videos for low copy Granny and see which is better. And then here we have the team 2. This is if you have Granny built. If you have Granny built up to, I don't know exactly the cutoff, maybe Supreme Plus, then this is the team you want to run. And Arcane Charms on the Pheromore. This team, you can try Mystic Charms on the Pheromore, Arcane Charms on the Pheromore. Honestly, it shouldn't make much of a difference, but you can try them out. Again, the team 1 is really contributing to the big difference in score. Okay, now we have the final squad, which is Aurora squad, but as you guys can see, there are a bunch of heroes being used, a bunch of teams as well, and this is going to be the charm lineup. Now, Eevee is with the Arcane Charms. If you're going to run her, we'll talk about the Eevee teams, and then Faye, honestly, I think probably also can be Arcane or Recovering. I don't know why Sturdy is recommended here. I don't think survival should be an issue, but anyway, these are the charms recommended. And if you're running Temesia rather than Lucius in this team, then you can run Temesia with Blast Charms, I believe. Anyway, so 1 copy Kulu, low copy Himmel, both are working and still should be run. So here we have the top team. If you have Harak Fresto built and you have 1 copy Kulu, this is the team you want to run. So over here, Kulu is going to be in the left if you have Kulu built. If you have Kulu at 1 copy, you can try both. You can try Kulu in this position or the shadow position. But if you have Kulu built, you're like a higher spender player, you run Kulu in this main position here on the left. That is going to give like a 1 trillion score damage boost. Fresto Harak, you know, the charms are standard. Balance charms on the Harak, sorcery on the Fresto. Himmel Freer, and Freer will be with the cute. Make sure you have that, and Arcane Charms onto the Himmel. Okay, and apparently you can swap Kulu for the Cryonaya. And you can put her in this position. I've not tried that, and I don't think many people would. Then the next team, this is an interesting team. It's actually doing very well. You can potentially work it at low copies of Fresto, low copies of Kulu. But Alicet should be built, of course, if you're going to run Alicet. This is an Alicet Freerin combo team. And here for this team, you'll want to have the Swift Charms on the Freerin. That is important. This is the only team with the Swift Charms on the Freerin. The other ones have a Q on Freerin. Now we have the standard, more budget light bearer team with free win. It's being position swapped basically to the left side, if you guys remember. You can replace Lucius for Luca or for Timisia. Some people are having slightly better results with those heroes. It doesn't make much of a difference. It's just basically you need a tank here to get the heroic party buff of Himmel onto your damage dealer, which is free win. Now, one thing, if you're running this Hugin team, from what I can remember, Hugin was better with the Blast Charms when you're running this Hugin free run team you see right here. It says Hugin with the Mystic Charms here. However, I believe and remember that Hugin on Blast Charms is actually better for this comp. You can try both. You can try Blast on Hugin, you can try Mystic on Hugin. The other heroes, they're going to be on the standard charms as you guys see above. Yeah, but that's just one thing. Okay, now for the second comp, there are a bunch of teams. There are 9 teams here, and there are 2 more teams that Frosty has recently shared. I'm going to go through it quickly. So here, the Cryonia Alicet team, I'm running it in the alt position, the shadow position here, Hugin over here, Alicet, and then Cryonia. So the shadow tiles, that's what I'm running for the Cryonia Alicet team. That is the best pay to win team. Then you have a Sylvan Alicet team that you can run here. If you're not running Sylvan and you want to run Zany, then you're going to swap everyone to this other position, which is Hugin in front of Alicet, then Zany on the left. So that's if you're running Sylvan or you're running Zany. Then you have Fresto Cryonia. If you have Fresto, basically Fresto maybe doesn't need to be built, but Cryonia should probably be built for this comp, and you're running it with Alicet. I think you would need to have Cryonia built, and this is an Arcane Wall spell. Cryonia is with the Butcher Charms, by the way, which should be up here, yeah. Okay, Fresto and Harok. So there are a couple of different versions. One main one for low copy Alicet, use the alt position. Yeah, if you're having a low copy Alicet and you're just using Harok Fresto build, then have this alt position with real Fresto here and Harok here. If you have a Alicet built, then I guess it's better to have real Fresto in front of Harok over here and Lucian up front. So those are going to be the Fresto Harok Alicet team. Then you have Harok Zany Fresto. Fresto should be built if you're running this comp. Real Fresto in front of Harok, Illusion in front of nothing. Zany with the towers. And then you have Fresto, Sylvan, Alicet. They can work at low copy Fresto. Alicet on the right, Sylvan on the left. Arcane Wall spell. Now, I'm going to show you the Frosty teams. So Frosty has 2 new teams with Harok. Like if you don't have Fresto but you want to use Harok, there's a Zany team option with Sonya, and then there's an Eevee team option. You guys know the charms. Zany's on Gale, like pretty much, and then Eevee Arcane Charms and Sonya Arcane Charms. Balance Charms always on the Harok. Yeah, if you see the Zany Gale Charms over here. Okay, so then the final 3 teams, as you guys see here, you have an Eevee team with Sylvan if you want to run it. You can have Resonating Spell in this lineup, or you can swap to the alt lineup with her behind the Sylvan with Arcane Wall, but probably I would just run this one with Resonating. There's a Fresto and Eevee. Eevee should be, you know, potentially you can try her at lower copies. I don't think she'll be the best option. And then you have this so like just a Zany and Sylvan team combo with Arcane Wall spell. And then you have a Fae team without Zany, just using Sylvan with the Arcane Wall spell. So basically a lot of different teams to choose from for Aurora squad. But anyway guys, that is going to be it. The only thing that I have to point out majorly, I'll remind you again, if you're running this team, Hugin with the Blast Charms may be better. Because I remember that was the case in the past. I don't know if things have changed, but you can try both Blast or Mystic on the Hugin for this team. That's what I would have to highlight. Other than that, this is all you have to know. Good luck getting a top score for your Ultimate Siege and ranking hopefully in the top 100 to get your Abyssal Essence. If there's any other teams that come out, I will make an updated video. Or if there's any other teams you would like to share, you can feel free to share them in the comment section. Thank you guys all so much for watching. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.